Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to today's session. We are going to be discussing about Spearman's correlation in academic research. My name is Lucy Wanjiro. Welcome on board. What is Spearman's correlation? Spearman's correlation was named after Charles Spearman. It is a statistical method used to measure the strength and direction of association between two variables, right? Spearman's correlation evaluates the monotonic relationship. What does that even mean? It is measuring the strength and direction of association. Measuring the strength and direction of association between two variables. It makes it suitable for variables that may not have a linear relationship or follow a normal distribution. It is particularly useful when data is ordinal. What does that mean? When the variables are measured on an ordinal scale, where the value represents ranks or categories without a specific numerical distance between them, Spearman's correlation is preferred over Pearson's correlation. Then it is also used for non-normal data. What is that? When the assumptions of normality are violated or the data distribution is skewed, then we can also use it for non-linear relationships. What are those? When the relationship between variables is not strictly linear, when the relationship between variables is not strictly linear and may exhibit a monotonic trend, that is consistency increasing or decreasing, Spearman's correlation provides a better measure of association. Then you can also use Spearman for ranking data. When the exact values of the variables are less important than their relative ranking, Spearman correlation is very, very suitable for analyzing ranked data. So overall, Spearman's correlation is a valuable tool in academic research. It helps to explore relationships between variables when the assumptions of linear relationships and normality may not hold, providing researchers with insights into strength and direction of association in their data. So how do you use Spearman's correlation? The rationale, how do you go about using this thing? How do you use Spearman's correlation? Let's look at the rationale. Spearman correlation is chosen when the variables under investigation are not normally distributed or when they are measured on an ordinal scale. Number 2, Spearman's correlation assesses the strength and direction of monotonic relationship between variables. So what is the procedure? Number 1, identify the variables of interest. 2, check the assumptions, ordinal data or non-normality. Then number 3, calculate the Spearman correlation coefficient using statistical software. For our case here, we use SPSS. Okay. Then you can go ahead and, if you do not have these softwares, you look for somebody who actually knows what they're doing with these softwares. I have said once and again, do not be intimidated by the big terminologies. If you have no idea what we are talking about, please go and look for an expert who has data analysis and has knowledge on these softwares. There's so many softwares, but for academic purposes, it's good to use SPSS. So you can use SPSS as a student, that is statistical package for social sciences. It is a package used for statistical analysis, data management, data visualization. And it is used in mainly social sciences, business, and health sciences for analyzing data. So the next step, you determine the significance level, that is the p-value, and the last step, interpret the results, considering the strength and the direction of the correlation. Let's demonstrate with an example For example, when you are talking about the relationship, when you are looking at the relationship, let's look at an example. Suppose you are conducting a study to examine the relationship between students' study hours and their exam scores. Since both variables may not follow a normal distribution and are measured on an ordinal scale, e.g. study hours, 0 to 5 hours, 6 to 10 hours, 11 to 15 hours, etc., Spearman correlation is an appropriate choice. Then let's break it down. What are the variables? The variables are study hours and exam scores. What is the assumption? What is the hypothesis? That there is a significant correlation between study hours and exam scores. So the procedure is collect the data on study hours and exam scores for each student. Then calculate the Spearman correlation coefficient using the statistical software, that is SPSS. Let's say the calculated Spearman correlation coefficient is 0.75 with a p-value of 0.01. 0.01. The interpretation is that there is a strong positive correlation between study hours and exam scores, and the correlation is statistically significant at the 0.05 level. Okay? Good. Let me repeat the procedure again. Collect data on study hours and exam scores for each student. Then calculate the Spearman correlation coefficient using statistical software, that is SPSS for our case. Let's say the calculated Spearman's correlation coefficient is 0.75 with a p-value of 0.001. What is the interpretation? There is a strong positive correlation between study hours and exam scores, and the correlation is statistically significant at the 0.05 level. There, ladies and gentlemen, we have gotten it right. Ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of our academic research journey today. If you have found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe for more insightful content. Give us a thumbs up, subscribe, share, and also engage us in the comment section for reviews, questions, and suggestions. Until next time, happy researching. My name is Lucy Wanjiro. Adios.